we were shingling in the rain.
This is what our 31-year-old roof looks like. It's worn out and it's terribly due for replacement. We try to use, for the most part, we use tarp, big, long covering tarps. And they did the job for a while. But as time goes on, we didn't know it. This is what happens when water eventually sits on wood for long periods, and it wears out the wood. It wears out the plywood. We try to do a patch job, and if it's not done right, water eventually will get in. So it will cost about $15,000 to $16,000 to hire a contractor to repair our roof. It's a lot of money. Every time we find a leak, when the storms come through here in this part of South Carolina, if the tarp is not held down properly, we cinder blocks, sandbags, eventually water will find its way in and leak. So I'm trying to do a patch job here. It's going to take some time. I don't think it'll take a long time, but got to be careful how to do it, because if I can patch it and remove the tarps when it rains again, well, that's going to be the test, obviously. So we'll see. Got to buy some more materials. It's going to be a challenge, but I think we can do it.
He started out thinking he would do this job himself. I'm on the roof with you.
Yeah, I noticed.
He didn't really want me climbing the ladder and getting up on the roof because I have been having so much trouble with my legs. I wanted very badly to see the damage and to be able to assess exactly what needed to be done to fix our problem, to stop the rain from coming into the house. You should have a hat on. The original underlayment was only brown paper with some fibers running through it. Over time, it just cracks and allows water to seep into the wood. Not waterproof. It just absorbs the water. And it's old, so it breaks apart and it cracks. And water, if it gets under a shingle, it just finds those cracks. And if it finds a low spot, it creates a pool. We had cloud cover, so that was nice. We have worked up on the roof on clear, hot summer days before, and it can be unbearably hot midday. The best time to work on the roof is spring or fall, and in the morning hours. So he's up on the roof attempting a patch job. We have two places where there's a leak coming inside the house. We found already that there is a hole, a weak spot, a low spot that developed a hole, and that's why water was coming in. So right now he's opening up the other place where we have a leak that's actually going into the house. This is where the master bedroom is. So we have two leaks. And he needs to expose it. We're going to make a patch on both holes, because I'm sort of expecting to find a hole on this side as well. And we've got some new wood, and I'm trusting that he's going to put that wood up properly. I can't climb the ladder, so he won't let me anyways, because I have problems with my legs. And I'm just going to try to guide him to make sure that he's doing it correctly. But I do have an insurance plan, and that is we have a waterproof membrane that we can put down to make sure that whatever he does, it'll be covered. We can't afford to get the whole roof job done now, but we've got to deal with these little leaks that are coming into the house. So that's what the plan is right now. Yep. I am up on the roof because I was worried about it being done right. So I climbed up here. I shouldn't be up on the roof, but I am. It's going to be hard going down. but I've got to get this done. And I want it to be done right and securely. There's an old saying, if you want a job done right, you have to do it yourself. Sometimes when you let somebody else do it, you have great errors, like that right there. You see the difference? This is thicker than that, which is an invitation for water to get down inside of. That is the wrong way to patch a roof. So this is the issue we have. Holes, the lower edge of the roof. So we're going to take out a section and make it a little bit longer to cover that hole. The rest of it seems to be okay, but we do have to do something about that because my son repaired it and he used too thick a piece of wood. It's looks like he used 3/4 plywood, which is too fat. He is currently removing the raw edge right here that was all rotted. We got the hole already cut. I got it measured. I cut the board to fit. As soon as he gets that all cleaned off on that little section, then we can put that board down. And got a problem with this side because a board was put too thick here. The thickness of the roof is actually 7/16. And 3/4 inch or 1/2 inch is just too big. And then we also have a hole right here. Well, it's not leaking because there's been a tarp on it, but it has a wrong size board. I already showed you that area. We're going to fix. And I know we also have an issue on the back side of the house, right about here, but on the other side of the house that we had a leak that came into the house, and it's probably the same issue. So we'll have to deal with that another time, probably another day, because we work slow. We're old people. I'm almost 64. My husband is almost 67. So it's not easy for us to climbing up and down ladders. It's really hard to get on my knees. So we'll just do these little patch jobs, what we can do just to keep water from getting inside our house. This roof is old. It has a shallow pitch. It doesn't have a good pitch to it. I wish it had a higher pitch. I really wish I could hire somebody to put a higher pitch. But we'll do these little patch jobs as we're able, one hole at a time. And we will also put a waterproof membrane down this whole edge, so we won't have any further issues at this area. And we may have to do that in various places around the house. But it's getting it ready for the big job of shingling it. And it doesn't matter that the shingles that we have, we got brown shingles, red shingles, gray shingles, black shingles. We have a patchwork roof. And I don't care, because eventually the whole thing is going to be redone. Here's another area where taking off a board that should never gone up here. That looks like 3/4 inch plywood. Wrong. So we're going to have to remove all those shingles and take that out, because that's not good. So we're up on the roof again this morning to finish the side of the roof. Okay, so I've taken off this board that was too big, and I'm seeing that the outside top edge of I don't know what that board is called, but it's very rotted. And this board is it's only like half there. So the strength of the outer structure is just not good. It's lots of time and water seeping in. It just rots away the wood. That's why it's important to deal with the holes, and this is long overdue. Tonight we got this piece in, so that takes care of this hole. I am getting some black tar, and we're going to put it in the crack here before we put the waterproof membrane on. My husband is working on removing that corner to remove that 3/4 inch plywood, which is overkill. Maybe my son thought it would strengthen the roof, but he looks like he had trouble fitting it because he has it sitting on top of the wood, so it raises up even higher, and that's not good. You can't have high and low spots. It needs to be all even. I am noticing the way my son put the tarp up is looks like he lifted up the edges of the shingle and he stuck it on top of the tile, and that's what's holding on top of the tarp, and that's what's holding the tarp at the top edge up on the ridge. We didn't actually need this tarp here before my son did all this work. Well, I just took out the board that was here, the one that was 3/4 inch plywood, and we're going to put down the appropriate board. We're also going to strengthen this area by putting a little short 2x4 right here, just so that we've got a little bit more to nail to. We're going to put one here and here to strengthen this part. And well, the board that we're going to put on will go all the way to the edge, not stop here where it allows more water to come in. And it will be covered with a waterproof membrane, so that'll cover that damaged portion up top. I wonder how many more messes like this we have to deal with. I'm really hoping we can take this tarp off once we patch this little area. But the goal for today is to get this edge waterproofed. Okay, I have straightened up this cut because it was crooked, so I straightened that up, and I decided to take out that little piece there because it was kind of rotted on that part. You just add in one piece which joins with the ones we put in there, and it's going to be cut at an angle right there. I've got the measurements marked on the board down there, and my husband is cutting the supports that we're going to add right here and right there to strengthen the weak area. I just got to pull out a couple of staples if I can find the needle nose pliers. Over there is my cottage, and then my storage shed, and the wood workshop. Aerial view. Glad to see my yard looking green. added a board here to strengthen that. And we're going to put one over there, but can't see because his leg's in the way. Anybody afraid of heights? Okay, so I have a piece of this underlayment waterproof to deal with this corner. We get this piece fit in, we get that piece fit in. Now we're just waiting for Lowe's to fulfill my order for a whole sheet that we're going to replace that. And once we do that, we're going to put a whole strip of this ice and water membrane over the whole length, and then this edge will be good, and then we just have to cover it with shingles. We're going to have to tear up a few more shingles because some of them are just half there. I'm thankful for the cloud cover. It makes it so it's not so bad up here on the roof. It's tolerable. It's not hot, not humid either. But there is some rain coming in the forecast, so we got to get this job done before the rain comes, which could come as early as 9 o'clock tonight. A waterproof covering. Some people only put this on the lower edge. Right now, that's all we're going to do. So we pre-measured it. It has marks on it. Between each dark line, that's a foot. So this is a half a foot. So it's very easy to measure out. And it's just peon stick. So our order from Lowe's is in. And so we are going to go get the rest of the material we need, and then put this membrane up and finish the job. I'm wearing these overalls. I hate wearing them, but the roof shingles has all that grit, and it's very rough on the skin, so I'm wearing these for that purpose. For a little extra protection, we seal the cracks with a tar base. It is an overcast sky, so it's not too bad. Sitting on this roof is very hot. I am all sweaty and dirty. I have tar on me. But we're going to get this job done. We're down to putting that last board in. I just have to cut it down to size so it fits. And then my husband and I will secure it, and then we'll put down the waterproof membrane. And meanwhile, my husband is going to a bathroom break, so I asked him to give me the umbrella so that I can have a little bit of shade while I wait. So we've just had our lunch. My electrician is here doing a work over on my cottage. He's digging a trench to put the wire underground, and I look a mess. Not very glamorous at all. Putting the last little piece on. It was a full sheet put up here. But the problem is, it wasn't all the way to the edge, underneath that very edge. So, because there was a pain to pull out all the staples and stuff that was along that edge. But that edge is kind of rotted on top, so it's important that this board slide all the way to the edge. So that meant there was a 3-inch gap on this side. So with the leftover piece I had that we cut off from this end, I pieced together 2 pieces to fill in the gap right here. Now we just need to tar, once it gets it all screwed down, we need to tar the cracks, and then I guess we need to sweep off this thing, and then we'll be ready to put the waterproof membrane on. All the pieces are cut and fit. We're about ready to put down the membrane, but my husband is looking for more screws. Roofing is a dirty job. I am so filthy. It's totally not glamorous. And I'm all scratched up, and I swear these little granules in the shingles gets embedded in your clothes and in your skin, and it hurts. So we got most of the membrane down. We got one section. Doing roofing is a very dirty job. It's gets your hands dirty, even with gloves on. And then when we're all done with the roof, we gotta come down here and clean up this mess. Not fun. Not a job that I enjoy doing, but it's got to be done. It's a nice breeze.
Yeah.
And we got cloud cover for the rest of the day. Well, it's raining, and we're up on the roof, but we got to protect it from the rain, so it'll just run off.
There goes your MAGA hat.
But, oh yeah, my hat's getting wet. We're just going to get wet and cooled off as we finish shingling this job, and right now we're working on the valley. And then we'll get it done, even in the rain. But we're currently sitting under this tarp.
It's a little bit crazy.
But hey, we're going to get this job done one way or the other.
It's got to get done. Yeah, it's got to get done.
We have to get it done. We don't have a choice. So I'm soaking wet. I look a wreck because we were shingling in the rain. So my husband is finishing up the second pack of shingles, and I'm going to go inside and order some new shingles because we are going to need more than we thought. We ordered 2 packs. I think we need another pack and a half. So I'm going to go order some more. And the rain is running off like it's supposed to and dripping into the gutter. So I worked on the corner, the valley, I guess it's called, where the 2 sides of the roof come together, because that was the hardest part. And it looks a little rough where it joins with the old tile, but it's thoroughly covered, and it has sort of a, kind of like a stair-step pattern. See? Up, down, 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 and that's how the water runs down the corner. So you can see the old tile, and there's a few rough edges, but we do have it overlapping. Now we couldn't get another row underneath, but there's 3 layers of old tile, so I think we're just going to put like a sealant right under that edge. I mean, it's overlapping and it should have good runoff. And we got 2 different kinds of tiles. My husband is working on putting up the rest on that side, but even in the rain, We got it done. Well, we waterproofed it. Yes. The roof today. We're putting the shingles up, rain or shine. We work on.
Yes, we do.
And we're a team. We work together.
Yes, we do.
Yes. So when we put these corner pieces on, we would do this side, this side, that side. Also, we want to make sure that it goes from this roof slants this way, that roof slants this way. So we want to make sure that it crosses over. No nails go in the valley. So you need to give space, like 6 to 8 inches on either side of the valley. So you don't have any nails right down the middle. And it's working good. The water flow is working good. So it'll do the job for us until we can do the whole roof.
Recording.
I'll move the piece of plywood. My husband's up on the roof finishing the tiling. The place where we had issue was right here. That was one place where it was leaking. And the other place was above this window. Now this is a new window that we installed. But we could not see from here anything that's a problem. So it was definitely coming from above. Oh yeah, I do see a little bit of stain along the edge there. But all of that is fixed, and so he's finishing up the rest of the roof on this end of the house. And I'm so glad for this job to be done, and I am so tired of climbing up and down the ladders. My body is hurting. I just can't climb that ladder one more time. I'm in so much pain. Cat's wondering, what's all this hammering sound? What is this noise? But you can see all the mess out there, right? Yeah? All the mess out there that we gotta clean up. Actually, he'll probably be the one to clean it up. I have a nice husband. He's so cooperative. I'm blessed. Top row of the new shingles that we just laid meet the old. We couldn't stick another row up, but it is overlapping in there. There are 3 layers. So what he's doing now is just putting a roof sealer to help stick the old shingle to the new shingle, because that top row we couldn't put nails in the seam, because then the nails would have shown. Normally you put the nails on and the next row will hide it, but just because of the way that this one was cut, the old shingle was cut, it just comes a little short. I mean, it overlaps, so there's plenty of coverage. There's like 2 or 3 or maybe 4 layers where the old meets the new. So we just wanted to secure it with a little roofing, what's it called? Roofing sealant. So it's something sticky. That way, if it's stuck to the row above the old row, then it won't be blown down by the wind in the event of a storm or something. Oh, he's cleaning out the gutter while he's up there, because there's a lot of junk in it. Some of the junk from the roof from doing this job.
Job complete.
Thanks for watching.